What's good, y'all, man? It's time to react and respond. One of the best games of the college football playoffs so far, man. An instant classic. Texas hangs on, man. We're going to go ahead and go to the fourth quarter, which was absolutely incredible, man. 24-8 lead. You thought after Quinn Ewers had that rushing touchdown, that was it? No. Cam Scatterbo, man, was phenomenal. What he was able to do in this game, man, left it all on the line. As you can see with his stat line, 30 carries, 143 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 99 receiving yards, and he had a passing touchdown as well. He was phenomenal, and also 2-point conversion. But I want to go back to the game. So he throws the pass. Critical down now, to let you guys know. Throws a touchdown pass to his receiver, Malik McLean, obviously, who made a great adjustment on the ball. Next thing you know, Arizona State gets a stop, you know what I'm saying? And then they're able to go down the field again and score. Cam Scatterbo punching it in, also getting a 2-point conversion. So, I mean, this kid is great. I mean, he's a stud. His performance alone, you could tell by the end, he was kind of breaking down with just his body and physicality. 5'9", 200 pounds, but you talk about an all-around great performance. He put everybody on notice. I know he's been doing that all season at Arizona State, but in front of a national audience and a really good team in Texas who were national contenders and want to win a state championship, or national championship, I should say, that's how you go about. Only thing you got to get together is a little bit just, get upset with his teammates and stuff like that. You could tell they care about him, but some of the stuff he was doing, I didn't understand. But nonetheless, let me go ahead and give credit where credit's due. This kid was phenomenal. Now, I tell you what, man, Quinn Ewers, bro. It was not looking pretty for you. It was not, man. But you talk about being clutch. And obviously when they tied the game 24-24, they kicker missed 2 kicks. He missed one right before they get a stop to go right back down the field. He misses another, Brett Auburn. He got to be better, man. I would be thinking about potential kicking change in the next game. I understand. I know it's only one game. But, bro, we trying to win a national title. We can't be playing around, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. You got to hit your kicks. So I would strongly consider that if I'm Texas, because that could have nearly sold you the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, Quinn Ewers, he made some high-key pressure throws. When we look at the overtime, we look at it was 4th down and long. They're up 31-24. He hits a bombshell, an absolute bombshell to Matthew Golden, who was wide up and over the middle of the seam of the field. I mean, that's how you do it. And then overtime, the second overtime period, made it look so easy. Finding Gunnar Helm, same kind of route, other side of the field, hits him in stride, gets the touchdown. So that's what they wanted to see, man. 322 yards passing this one, 3 touchdowns. He deserves credit for how he played in this game. Now look at this. Texas likes to run the football. Only 53 yards rushing in this game. So didn't get a lot of help, if we're being honest. Right? Did not get a lot of help in this game from the rushing attack. From Jaden Blue, from Contravian Wisner. But did what he was supposed to do on those downs. And that hurt them at the end. I thought, when they was down near the red zone, they had the false start penalty. Bro, why didn't y'all run the ball a couple more times? I know it wasn't working. 1.8 is terrible. You know what I'm saying? But you throw a jump ball to Matthew Golden, right? You end up getting only a 3-yard rush. Like, you just cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to find another way to get this running game going. You got all SEC type offensive linemen. Got to establish that going into the next game. Another player I want to shout out is this guy right here, Matthew Golden. He was phenomenal, bro. I mean, he was making big contested catches over the middle of the field through traffic, had that big catch in overtime. This kid right here is a stud, man. And like I said, Texas is going to be good for years to come. I don't know his eligibility, so I'm not going to say that just yet, because I don't know what his eligibility is going to be after the season. But you think about Ryan Wingo coming back another year. Isaiah Bond's been battling injury in and out of the lineup. But this guy right here, he gives you a chance to win a national championship. Obviously, Gunnar Helm is, I think, one of the top 3, top 4 tight ends here in college football when you match everything up. Obviously, I give it to Tyler Warren, but I think he's right in that conversation. But this kid right here, something special. Let me go also on the defensive side of the ball for Texas in this game. Andrew Mabuka. Bro, they got some dogs. Like, I've watched probably 5 or 6 Texas games. Like, Anthony Hill had a pretty decent game, but this dude here had the pick to end the game. Over his last 5 games, 31 tackles, 3 interceptions, a forced fumble, and 3 pass breakups. Andrew Mabuka is a stud. And they are loaded. Like, they got Mabuka. They got Michael Taft. They got Anthony Hill Jr. They got Colin Simmons, who's their best pass rusher as a freshman. They got Jahdae Barron, who's one of the top cornerbacks in college football. And you look at ratings, Pro Football Focus, all that stuff. This dude right here is something special. He hits hard. He can play coverage well. He's, real versatile, bro. Like, I'm telling you, when it's time and him to go to the league and NFL and they're, doing a scouting report on this dude, they're going to be very impressed, man. Like, they got guys. And that's what you need in college football. You need guys that can make plays. Texas has that. Now, the defense struggled today. Gave up a lot of yards. We'll talk about that here in a second. But I had to give a shout out to Andrew Mabuka for what he did today. Now, if you Arizona State, bro, great fight, right? Great fight. Nearly 50% on third down in this game. 510 yards. How many teams could you say 510 yards really against Texas? Now, last week, they struggled against Clemson. So if you're a Texas fan, that is a little concerning seeing offenses put up these type of numbers, especially when we know what the predominantly of their offense is. It's Cam Scatterbo. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stop it. And Sam Leavitt in this one, now look, he had an interception. I thought he played gutsy. I thought he had a magnificent performance, 296 yards passing. I thought he did everything he's supposed to do. Lost his best receiver in this game. Still was able to make those top-end throws. Still was able to keep drives alive. I thought he played really good in this game, regardless of the stats. And you look at it, and obviously we talked about Cam Scatterbo, but 214 yards on the ground. So they did that. And this is what you have to do if you're going to beat Texas. Look at this time of possession right here, y'all. 37.54 to 22 minutes. Got to keep that explosive Texas offense off the field. Arizona State nearly did it. You know what I'm saying? They nearly did it. So I want to shout them out as well for being able to hold the ball away from Texas and really make plays and had a chance at the end. I know everybody's going to talk about that targeting call against Michael Taft, and it should have went against him. He should have been kicked out. That would have put him in prime position. But nonetheless, they didn't call it. And I think there needs to be more talk about it. There needs to be more clear rulings about this targeting, because in games, it looks like targeting, but it's not called. In games that doesn't look like targeting, it's called. They need to fix that rule. And like I said about Brett Auburn, bro got to get together. I don't care if they walk in front of you or not. You shouldn't be missing field goals that close. 34 yards. You're supposed to be one of the better kickers in the SEC. Do your job, bro. He ain't get it done. Do better. And like I said, this game had everything. You know what I'm saying? When I say this game had everything, it had everything, right? I mean, it had so much. Like, Texas fans was on a roller coaster. They picked off Quinn Ewers, right? That could have been it. But credit the resolve of Quinn Ewers in this one. And credit the fight for Arizona State, making this a game. This is a classic. I don't care what anybody say. One of the best Peach Bowl games we've probably seen in recent memory. And it went blow for blow. And that's all we want. We want these games to go blow for blow. Don't know who's going to come out on top. Arizona State with a chance. And they showed and they proved they deserve to have a bye, right? And they deserve to be in the college football playoff. It's that simple. They had Texas on the ropes. Very easily could have won this game. So, yeah, man. We'll see if the quarterfinals delivers for the rest of these games. But so far, they have been really good. You know what I'm saying? Besides, I know Penn State, they beat Boise State. Yeah, I get it. Still got 2 more games. One going on right now as well with Ohio State and obviously Oregon. But I'm going to tell y'all what. This is what you want to see if you're a college football fan. Like I was just saying in my other previous take. You want to see games like this. Instant classics. 2 overtimes. Now, Texas dominated this game. 24-6. All the way through 3 quarters. Where they struggled, they couldn't put it away because the offense struggled for a good portion of this game if you watched. They could not run the football. 1.8 yards per carry. It tells you all you need to know. They got to do better with that if they're going to have a chance. But this game had everything. You had Cam Scatterbo throwing touchdown passes, had him having almost 100 yards receiving, 100-plus yards on the ground, laying everything out on the line. Quinn Ewers coming up clutch for his team, when they were struggling throughout this game. You know what I'm saying? Big-time plays. And he could have faltered there. He could have went down. He could have, that's it. But that's what you want to see. So regardless, this playoff run is really showing who he is, what he can do on the football field. And obviously they said about, him hitting the portal, potentially after this, if he decides to come back or not. And obviously they want to go in a different direction. But shout out to him for coming up big time for his team. But nonetheless, man, this is what we want to see in the college football playoff. And I know some of y'all against it. A lot of y'all been ridiculing the CFP. But these are the games we want to see. This is why we asked for the expansion. Because we don't get to see these type of games. Now, when I say we don't get to see these type of games, we don't get to see a Arizona State going against a Texas, right? We don't get to see, maybe underdog team going against a high-power team and instantly going head-to-head and making it a classic. Like, that just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, credit to both teams, man. Steve Sarkisian, Kenny Dillingham, who just signed a 5-year extension, giving us an absolute classic, instant classic cinema. This game delivered on both sides of the ball. I gave you my shout-outs. Cam Scatterbo, obviously Sam Leavitt, he did his thing. The Arizona State defense forcing pressure and negative plays to get back into this game. That 4th quarter shutout that they were able to do in this game as well after they went up. Credit to them, man. So there you have it, man. That's my thoughts, man. Hook 'em horns. They could continue to advance. A phenomenal game delivered absolutely in this Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Can't wait to see what Texas can do in the semifinals, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I like the playoffs so far. We'll see how the rest of the games finish. But this one was great cinema. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Arizona State. Can't wait to see what's next.